Hello, Winject community. We're back.
Oh,
Chris let us come back. He let us come back another week.
They caught you drinking water. You were like, oh, hey.
Yeah. They got me. Caught me drinking. So, Winject community, we are back every Thursday at 2:00. You have the extreme pleasure of listening to us talk
and looking at us.
And looking at us. Yes, that's probably the biggest one, right?
Well, for just one person that they're getting to look at, I think that's obvious.
Me, right?
Not where I was going.
That. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Me. Winject community. We're happy to be back every Thursday. We're coming to you live at 2:00 Eastern, and we want to make sure that you're hitting us up with questions and feedback early, so we have a chance to talk about it during the show. How you do that is you text us on the community at 843-396-2104. You can also hit us up at Winject Studios. You can message us directly at Jason Marlowe or at Zack Tatum, whatever service you're using. Or you can hit up the website, go to winject.com, and you can send a message there. So lots of ways to get in touch with us. Again, if you still need the text, it's down at the bottom of the screen. It's 843-396-2104. And today,
you have no excuses now. You have no excuses.
Yes. We've given you now 17 ways to message us.
And if you can't figure it out, there's a scrolling thing at the bottom. So, and use Jason's words, the ~𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗘 is down below. So,
yeah, that's actually John Green's words. But yes, ~𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗘, a throwback all the way to last week's episode. But anyway, so we are finishing up our 3-part series where we've been talking about low budget, no budget marketing ideas. We have talked about everything from email marketing and landing pages on your site to SEO optimization or going to conferences, knowing your industry, branding, everything. We've talked about 20 other ideas. Today we're going to wrap it up with another 10 more. And so Zach, why don't you just kick us off? Let's just dive right in.
I'm going to punt it right now. I'm punting. So the first one is incentivize user engagement. This one is something actually me and Jason, we just recently got a client who's doing something, is starting to do something like this on the social media. But it's a simple way of just getting your followers on Instagram or on Facebook or wherever you have your viewers at, or your clients at, that are responding to you, to run some sort of discount code, run some sort of prize. For example, we've seen some that are giving away trucks, some are giving away vacations. Now you don't have to go that far. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. It's pretty extreme. But you could offer just a simple discount code to be on for your services in order to get people to engage, to share it, to spread the word. And draw a or do like a raffle. I think Jason, you do that with your t-shirts, and it's gone very, very, very well for you. And I think even just simply starting a basic referral program, that's something that me and Jason talk about all the time. A lot of our business comes from referrals. We do great work. We have happy clients, and then heart emojis.
No, you do great work.
and then they end up sharing it with their people, and then it goes downhill from there in a good way. So I think it's a simple thing to do. It's not hard. It's just a matter of you need to find what your margins are if you're going to run a discount. Can you afford to do 50% off? Can you afford to do blah blah blah? Can you afford to do a free, whatever it is, if X people follow your like your page and share it with 5 of their friends who also like it, and then you have a way to track that. There's a lot of ways you could do that, and a lot of tools out there and resources now. This has become such a popular trend with marketing.
You mentioned something there at the end that I really want to make sure I hit home with everybody, but tools. You want to make sure that you're using some type of tool to kind of run or help you manage that customer engagement if you are doing like contests and giveaway at any kind of like scale. I've been places where we just ran it all ourselves. I've been places that we use tools to do it. And if you have a team, awesome, do it yourself. You can manage that. That's probably just fine. But if you're a solopreneur or just, running a small team, definitely look into tools. Now, this is where you're going to run into, money that you actually have to spend. But take the time, find a tool that actually is going to work well for you, and spend a little bit of money on it. As I mentioned last week, give yourself some grace when it comes to actually spending a little bit of money on the business. If it's going to make it better, definitely look into those tools. Definitely, if you're looking at helping to grow user engagement with your brand, there's lots of tools out there. You could just do a quick Google search for like viral marketing tools or things of that nature. There's one, I haven't used it yet, but I've heard good buzz about it. It's called Kickoff Labs. Anything that kind of runs your social media, helps engagement, helps sharing on the platform, helps getting people, continuing to grow the audience and then keep those users becoming brand ambassadors. Any of those tools, it's definitely worth it. So they have free trials. But if you like it, spend the money and really go to town on it, because it'll help you with your email. It'll help you with your social engagement. It'll help you increase sales if you're using it properly. So this is a big one. Incentivizing user engagement is huge. And as Zach mentioned before, I do it with my t-shirt business where I design graphic tee apparel. And my whole goal is to build a community. And so I am constantly every week giving away new apparel items or new shirts or running contests and things like that, because it gets people excited about the brand. And that's what you want to do. You want to get people excited.
Yeah, I think any way that you can get your followers to engage with you and to share anything that you're putting out there is going to be great. Any referrals that you can get, setting up a solid referral program is crucial. I mean, that's the best piece of marketing that you can ever do, is have some sort of solid referral program, but have a good incentive. Make it worth people's time, instead of just like, I'll give you a coffee cup, right? You can have one of these coffee cups if you want. But
I prefer a glass of water.
Whatever it is, just make sure it's something that's great and you can incentivize it. Yeah.
Now, to piggyback on that, let's go ahead and do the next one, which is testimonials. So you're getting customers to help you to refer business. You're trying to engage with your customers. The next level, the next logical step in that is to talk about testimonials. Now, there's tons of ways to do this. You can funnel all your testimonials through a service like Google. It's totally free. You can use paid services like Trustpilot and FIFO and things like that really help to manage the process, and you can synchronize it up with like your sales software. So like if you sell a product or you sell a membership course or something like that, you can have it reach out and ask them for a review, and then you can help it to aggregate those reviews, and it looks really nice and neat. It's in a bow, but those can get kind of expensive. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, testimonials help no matter what, whether they are written in an email and you copy and paste it and put it on your website, or you screenshot a text that a happy customer sent to you, or a raving fan sent to you, and you post it on your Facebook page. Regardless of what format it's in, reviews help, because that is legitimate social proof that somebody has been affected positively, ideally, positively by the service or whatever it is that you provide, whether it's a podcast or a business. They've been affected by that, hopefully in a good way, and then they want to share that with the world, and then you want to share their happiness with everybody, because when people see that, it increases their engagement, it increases their desire to want to engage with your brand and be a part of it. So definitely ask for customer testimonials, however they get them to you, however you share them. It's vital. Oh, we got a message.
What is this? Yeah, what does that say there?
The amount of distribution channels determines the success of any brand. How? Referrals plus testimonials make it popular for everyone to want to like your brand and business. Great stuff, guys. Yeah, Chris, agree 100%. Referrals and testimonials, they are the building blocks of your brand. And as we mentioned earlier, when you're talking about user engagement, the brand ambassador is what you want to turn your customers into, your listeners, the people who are engaging with your brand. You want to turn them into brand ambassadors where they like feel like they're part of your team, and they're going to like help answer questions when comments come in online. They'll answer sometimes first before your team does. So great feedback, Chris. Thank you.
And I want to I want to add something to that. We were talking to a client this morning, and they're new, so they don't have testimonials on their site. Mm-hmm. They want testimonials on their site, but they don't have enough clients at the moment because they just started to be able to have any testimonials. So I just encourage them to even just get some feedback from friends and family who know them. Maybe even just be able to put that up there just temporarily, because people read testimonials. I read testimonials. I read reviews about anything before I purchase anything. Even if it's like $20, I'm still going to research to see what were the reviews like before I buy it. And so the same thing goes for testimonials. People look at that and they say, okay, it seems like these people are legit. And if it does, if another kind of form of marketing that you could try that is kind of like an old school way of doing it, but I always think of Ryan from The Office, is because when it's guerrilla marketing, and the reason I'm getting there is I just remember him when he's promoting Wolf, and he's like, all right, check it out. We're at spring break and we're throwing out Frisbees with Wolf, and who's that in that helicopter? And he's throwing all kinds of stuff out of the helicopters, right? It's Ryan from Wolf, right?
Oh no, what'd you say? Convergence, viral marketing. We're going guerrilla. I'm not making it cool. Yeah.
So guerrilla marketing is nothing new. It's been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. And actually, I think that there was a time where you didn't see that a whole lot. I mean, the old school way of doing like graffiti, giant pieces of outdoor art, stuff like that, just to get people's attention. But I think now with video and social media, there's a lot more that you can do without going and hiring, was it 𝗱𝗩𝗄 to go out and do some graffiti art for you, which who knows?
Well, I think what you're getting at is like with social media now, because the big thing with guerrilla marketing is it's like graffiti, but it's also like publicity stunts and stuff like that. And you can do that with social media. Like where I've seen social media stuff where I'm like, wait a second, is this real? Like, is this put on? But still, it's getting shared like crazy. So,
I think, I think I think we went to a conference one time, and one of the sessions, the breakout sessions, was about how to get your video to go viral. And I laughed. I was like, you don't have a formula for going viral for your videos, because if there was a formula, then everyone would do it. I think there's things that work and some things that don't. Some things you could actually replicate exactly what somebody else did to a T and still not go viral. So it's just a matter of timing and all that sort of stuff. But video is a good way for you to use guerrilla marketing. So your social media is a great way to use some guerrilla marketing. But it all comes down to being creative and what fits your brand. If it doesn't fit your brand, then don't do something that's like, if you're a serious company, don't try to go do something super silly and outrageous, because it doesn't fit your brand, and everybody's going to look at that and go, you guys are trying really hard to get business. Must be really bad for you to go this low to get business. So the key there is to be creative, but try to be on brand as much as you can to draw people in.
You mentioned the whole viral thing. It reminds me, several years ago, I worked at this company, and this random company marketing company came in to pitch some project. I don't know if it was video or what, but they were like, it's $50,000 and you're going to go viral.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like management was considering it. And I don't know how hard they were considering, but they were actually having a conversation about it. And I was like, if anybody
Are
tells
you
you with any
serious?
degree of certainty that you're going to go viral, I mean, like, no, there's literally no way to push a button and say we're going viral. Now, there have been I have seen where like ad agencies have done tests. They've done tests and tried to make something go viral, and they have. But it's really just them putting in place best practices, right?
Yeah.
And so there's no way that you can say, okay, hey, you spend X amount of money with me, you're going to go viral. Don't believe that. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, give me 10 grand and I'll get you into these publications, and I don't know, just be very wary of those people who make these really big promises. Because when it comes to marketing, it's really just a massive set of best practices, and people like Zach and I who know how to maneuver those best practices. How we know how the market works, we know how to set ads, we know how people think, to an extent, and we know how to communicate. And it's really, like I said, it's just all best practices. So please don't fall into that viral trap.
Yeah, and I think I think the only way, if that's the route you want to go for your guerrilla marketing approach, is some sort of viral video. The best approach that I've ever seen, and I think Jason can probably second this, but it's stories. People want to hear a good story. Mm-hmm. And it could be funny, it could be serious, it could be a sad story, whatever. But and it doesn't necessarily even have to be a video. I mean, you could have a good photo that tells a massive story. Regardless, though, I think a story is what most of the time people latch onto and want to share and share mm-hmm. and share and share. Or a good deed that you've done, or a good action that you've done. That's usually what goes well. Yeah. So, yeah. Don't be like Ryan.
We're taking it to the streets. I don't remember the whole quote. Anyway, so the next piece to move on. The next piece is customer relationships. So this is one of those free things, right? Now there are ways to pay to help you with customer relationship management, but maintaining strong customer relationships is a huge piece of what's going to help you grow your brand. Whether you're a business and you are operating and selling products, or you are a podcast and you are just talking, and you might hit up your sponsors every once in a while, and you don't really necessarily have a customer, but you have a listener base. So maintaining strong relationships with those who engage with your brand. Let's just go higher level. Maintaining strong relationships with people connected to your brand. It's vital, and it helps you to to understand them better. It helps you to know how to talk to them, because you know what is working by having conversations with them, by replying to DMs you get from fans or from customers, from just listening. Listening is a huge piece of what will help your brand grow. Because if you have an idea in the business and you want to take that to market, and it's a crappy idea, and your customers are telling you it's a crappy idea, then okay, let's take this crappy idea away. But if you workshop it and make it better based on customer feedback, then you end up with brands that actually grow, brands that are better because they listen to their audience. So maintaining strong customer relationships is vital. Now, there's different things that you can do to help you with that. If you have a CRM, customer relationship management software, or something like HubSpot or Salesforce or Zoho or things like that, they will help you manage those customers, but you need to actually do stuff with it. You need to email them and talk to them, do call follow-ups, and not just the ones who are irritated and following up with you, but the ones who don't respond. Find out why they don't engage, So knowing your customer and engaging with them, it's vital.
Yeah, I agree. I think maintaining those relationships, those people, it goes back to the whole referral thing, right? So, I mean, the stronger you have relationship with them, the more likely they are going to keep screaming your name from the streets, right? They're going to keep yelling out. What's the matter?
Jason! Zach! I don't know why that just hit me really funny. I just imagine we just saw the customer this morning. I just imagine him. He's like in his 60s. I just imagine him walking outside and just screaming, Jason. I don't know. Sorry. Tangent. That just was funny to me.
So another way you can it's a low budget thing that really doesn't cost anything to you. It's just a matter of finding the right person to match with, but it's co-marketing opportunities. This is basically where two companies come together to promote something that's beneficial for both companies, right? But also beneficial to the client or the customer. I think podcasters do really well at this, where they link arms with other podcasters. They get on each other's shows to promote their shows, and they'll get on and share that sort of thing. So if you're a podcaster and you're not doing that, you need to start linking arms with other podcasters now and trying to figure out ways that you guys can co-market together. What can you do together? If you're in business, a good example was Yeezy, when he was selling his shoes, and Gap, Yeezy and Gap came together to you know what a Yeezy is. That's Kanye's shoes, man. Come on. Yeah, you do.
No, I've literally never heard of that.
Jason lives under a rock.
Happily.
But they released a limited edition specifically for Gap. So it helped Gap, it helped Yeezy, it helped get the word out for the shoes. It was beneficial for both parties, but also beneficial for the client. So they're saying, "Oh, I really want these exclusive shoes." Coming together and linking arms together can be very, very impactful, and you guys can use each other's networks to help each other lift each other up and help each other grow. When you're finding that right company to team up with, you want to make sure they're not like a direct competitor. Like, you don't want to be competing with each other. I think that's obvious, but ideally you want to look for a local business or a business that complements you and can help your clients get more out of your services or be drawn more to your services because you're offering something that is complementary to each other. But that goes back to knowing your target audience, which, teaser alert, we're going to talk about that next week. And if you have questions right now, guys, don't forget, wherever you're watching this, YouTube, Facebook, on your phone, on your computer, wherever, we want to hear from you. Ask questions. Join our network, 843-396-2104. If you text that number, you see it scrolling on the bottom of this video, you will get access to our community. So you'll know when our shows are coming up, what's new with Winject. You'll get those exclusive updates quicker than the rest of the world. Also visit winject.com. We have opportunities for podcast creators, but also podcast listeners. You can get exclusive offers. I was trying to say exclusive rights, but that's not right. Exclusive offers for some of your favorite shows. And we want to be able for you to be a part of that with us. And I'm pretty sure Chris Ross if he's out there listening right now, I'm pretty sure we're still giving away the Shure mics to some listeners for podcasters. There's 100 of them that we're giving away. So be paying attention, get a part of the community. You'll get that information as we release them. So
I'm still in Yeezy land, man. I'm like looking at Yeezys. They're kind of ugly.
You know what?
I don't know if that's controversial or not, but
I would never wear them. Never.
Why did Gap name their company that name? Chris wants to know, why did Gap name their company that name?
Now, I am not an expert, but I don't know. I was trying to think of something that was really good and clever, but I don't have one. I don't know.
Chris,
that's a really good question.
I
feel like there's a punchline. I feel like there's a joke that we're not a part of.
I think the more pressing question is, why are Yeezys so expensive?
Because Kanye made them.
Yeah,
Kanye made them.
These are like $275, $300 or more. Wow.
Yeah, those are gonna get you murdered on the streets wearing those, bro.
Yeah. Now I like shoes, but I'm not a sneakerhead. I'm not going to the conferences for the sneakerheads and buying the $1,000 Jordans and stuff like that. So
that's what I do.
You go to conferences and buy?
Yeah, I'm a sneakerhead. So. That's why I know about Yeezys.
Anyway,
I thought everybody knew about Yeezys. I just thought you knew about it.
No, it's a silly name though. Now I'm never going to forget about it. So let's move on. Chris, you can always message us at any time. Chris, message us the answer of why Gap named their company that. Just text us at 843-396-2104. Oh, here we go. They targeted Levi and wanted to make everything Levi did, but sold towards the generational gap. Ah, interesting. Yeah, and they marked it up because Gap is way more expensive than Levi too. So
no, no, sir. You ever bought a pair of Levi jeans? No.
I don't know. I bought a pair of Gap jeans back in the day.
I'm telling you, man, Levi's are expensive.
You know where I buy my jeans? Sam's. Sam's Club. Because I'm part of the club.
You're part of the club, Sam's Club, but not the cool club. I don't think.
I haven't seen Yeezys at Sam's.
That's because it's not. Yeah, you would never find Yeezys at Sam's. Could you imagine Kanye selling Yeezys at Sam's?
Hey,
no. But I'm telling you about Levi's. They're the most comfortable jeans ever. It's worth the money. Like they're more expensive. They're very expensive jeans. Well. Some people are listening to this going, oh, yeah, those are not that expensive. But to me, they are. And I'm telling you, they're so comfortable. They are so comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Chris says they wanted to compete with Banana Republic. Yeah, pricing. Yeah, because they're all part of the same family, right? It's Banana Republic and then Gap and then Old Navy as far as.
Well, Banana Republic's like the high end of that. I can't fit anything into Banana Republic because I'm a big guy. I got that European cut going on. Dude, this guy doesn't fit in European cuts.
Come over to Sam's. They have that American cut. They have the American cut.
Square.
No, actually, the jeans I get at Sam's are quite comfy. I don't actually wear jeans that often. I typically wear shorts, but I feel like we've gotten way off track. Let's get back in gear. And the next piece we were going to talk about is something that actually Russ Johnson hit on several weeks ago to a point on his episode of Winject Live, and that's about recycling your content.
Yeah.
So
that's huge.
and Zach and I talk to customers about this a lot. Typically, when we talk about recycling content, it kind of comes down to text media, so like blogs and articles and things like that. But lately, the thing that we find ourselves talking a lot about when it comes to recycling content is video and photography. Because when you want to have a photo shoot, want to have a video shoot, people get really caught up on the price tag because good photos and good videos are expensive. Just a fact, just a given. True. You might find somebody who can do it for cheaper, but it's still going to cost you money, right? Yeah. And so you want to find somebody who's good, and you want to spend the money to do it right. But the thing is, when you get good video and you get somebody who shoots a good amount of footage, they are also getting B-roll. You can turn that into 6 months of content, a year of content.
Easy.
You can turn it into so much content. You can have a sizzle reel. You can have a little 15-minute short. You can turn it into a 30-second spot. You can turn it into a long format, like talk like 2 to 5 minutes, something like that. So you can turn a small day shoot into a lot of content that you can use for a while. So
yeah, but not even that. I mean, you got the podcasters that are listening to this. I mean, obviously, if you already know to be shooting video with your podcast, it's a no-brainer. You're already putting it out there. Why not have a video component and be sharing it, or create your content and put it into a blog format and put that out there as well? I think that there's a million ways you can recycle content.
Yes.
Breaking them up into social posts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. So,
sorry.
No, that was it. Yeah, just recycling content. I think it's something that people don't do enough. They feel the pressure to have to constantly create. When you can take a breath, go into your archive, and pull out something new and find a new way to talk about it. Yeah.
The next one is just basically applying for business awards. There's all kinds of things that you can go after that would be a prestigious award, whatever it is that it looks like in your industry. I don't know what that is, but in our industry, it's not necessarily an award, but you could go after trying to get some special training in. For us in marketing, Google Analytics, you can get a badge and put that on your website and say, I'm an exclusive, blah, blah, blah. Or I've seen this too, where we live. You have people who are, there's a question or a comment. 𝗨𝗡𝗩𝗡.io, partner of Winject. They give 25% of the repurposed content, but have to become members to receive that offer. Yes, that's right. So becoming a member, you get 25% off to repurpose content, but that's only if you are a member of Winject. So how do you become a member of Winject? It's pretty simple. So go to winject.com.
Yep.
And go to join.
And go to join.
And fill out the form. Join the form. Or not join the form, but fill out the information on the website. Or you can text us 843-396-2104. And we would love to have you be a part of the community so that you can get special offers like that are not offered anywhere. We are actually offering the same thing for podcasters, business owners that are part of the community to build your website for, what do we say, Jason? It's like 30% off normally what we would charge.
Yeah.
So
we just took a third and just cut it off.
Yeah. So, but that's the only exclusive to Winject community members. And you can see that at site, you can see the prices and all that sort of information at sitenowlive.com/Winject. So yes, getting back to it, apply for some business awards. Try to, in your community, if you're a local business, I know that some of those communities say best in blah, blah, blah in whatever county, best of in blah, in city of Atlanta, fill in the blank. I know there's several of those that are out there. So figure out what it takes to be recognized and strive to get that badge to be on your website in order for you to look more credible, right? I mean, people are going to eat that stuff up. They're going to love that. So yeah, that's the next step, just to get apply for some business awards.
Yeah, a lot of them are run by like magazine or entertainment publications, so that's a good place to start digging in. Influencers. This is a big one. It's a big one that a lot of people understand, but don't really know how to get in touch. And this can be a process. To connect up with somebody who doesn't for one, doesn't know you, two, probably doesn't really care yet, and is also probably quite busy. So when you want to grow your brand and you want to try and target an influencer, so like say you have a product or say you have a show you want to get an influencer on, be persistent. But be politely persistent. Don't be annoying. They don't know you. They have no reason to engage with you yet. So send a message, and then just be politely persistent. That is the name of the game. Some people are pretty easy to get a hold of, depending on how active they are on social media. I had a buddy of mine, his project went viral. He did a shirt and of Samuel L. Jackson, and the Samuel L. Jackson's social team helped to promote it for nothing. Just they were, is good publicity for both of them. So he just contacted them on social media, connected, and then just maintained that and fostered that connection. But it's about being politely persistent. You find somebody that makes sense to work with. Now, if you have a product that you're trying to pitch or to sell, a lot of times influencers will want they'll want the product. They'll want to know about the product before they talk about it. They want to be able to put their name behind it and agree with what that product is about your company as well, about you. So they'll probably want some free stuff, and then they'll probably want some type of percentage on sales or referrals or things like that. So however that relationship goes, that's totally up to you. But influencers do help. We live in a world. We live in an influencer world right now. So if you find somebody that makes sense to partner with, go down that road.
Yeah, and that's something me and Jason actually practiced in 2020. Was this very strategy? I sought some advice from a dear friend of ours who is a marketing genius, and we were just talking about how we just launched Site Now right in the middle of COVID, and perfect timing when everything's shutting down and people aren't spending any money because they're not going anywhere. It was perfect timing. We decided to launch a new venture. But I remember talking to him, and he pointed out, he says, why don't you go after some influencers? Why don't you link arms with some people that have a good reach that is in your demographic? And I'll tell you, it was the best thing we ever did. We linked arms with, I think just one paid off really well for us. It helped us kind of springboard to the next level in that area for a moment of time, and to help get Site Now some legs, and it just took off running. And here we are today with that. But there is power in it, but be careful, because some of those influencers will charge you. We're talking about how this is low budget. Some of these influencers will charge you way too much. So just be careful. Don't get desperate. There's a ton of people out there. There's a ton of people who are influencers that you can easily be connect with, that aren't going to cost you an arm and a leg to do. So be careful and just choose something that makes sense for your business. The next thing I would say is this is a no-brainer, and I think if you sit in traffic long enough, you're going to see this. But branding your vehicle. Some people love this, some people don't. This is something that you either have the right type of business that needs to brand your car. Maybe you're a dog groomer and you wrap your car like Dumb and Dumber when they had that van. You remember the van with all the shaggy dog?
I got
you
worms.
Can go that route.
You got what? That's the name of our store. I got worms.
Oh gosh,
I love that movie. Anyway, continue.
That's a great movie.
Branding your vehicle.
But yeah, just if you brand your vehicle that's eye-catching enough, most people are going to remember that. This also could be a form of guerrilla marketing, I guess you could say, right, Jason? I mean, it's something that's memorable, especially if it's something that you do that's like people are talking. Now, I was talking to Jason.
Yeah, no, guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing is like branding your car. So like you brand your vehicle, and then you show up at some huge event and park in the middle where you're not supposed to park, and then everybody's got to walk around your car, and they're like, "What is this car?" I don't know. So yeah.
Well, I was telling Jason, don't do this. If you're going to brand your vehicle, do not use a Sharpie marker. And I'm bringing this up because I was talking to Jason because I was going. I had to run some errands and. Just a little while ago, and I was in the car, and this car drives by me, and they had literally taken a Sharpie to their car and drew all kinds of just weird pictures all over it. Like one of them was two dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs are looking up, says, "What is that, Beth?" And talking to the other dinosaur, and there's a meteorite coming down, And then out of the meteorite, there's a sea turtle flying out of the it was the weirdest thing, man. Like, it was so odd. I was going to get
you remembered
picture,
it, right? You
I do
remembered
remember
it, right?
it.
Yeah, there you go.
And it was something about how we were all walking each other home. I don't know what that meant. But it was on there, and I was like, okay. And I was going to get a picture, but I couldn't figure out a discreet way to be like taking a picture like this and not get into a wreck. So
forget that, man.
I decided
click.
They were looking at me too, and I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna keep on driving. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So do it in a way that's simple and tasteful. Sharpie marker is not that. It could be something of just putting a magnet on there.
Simple, but not tasteful.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, somebody actually stole my when I ran my half marathon. I had the 13.1 magnet on the back of my car. Somebody stole that. What kind of jerk steals that from?
It was probably the 𝗚𝗓𝗩𝗪𝗓 High School cross country team, because they used to do that. Not that I know that. That's oddly specific, Jason. But yeah, no, the varsity team on the I'm calling everybody out. Everybody from the 𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗓 High School cross country team who was on cross country from 2001 to 2003. I know you, and I know that you were stealing.
I think it's actually 𝗓𝗏𝗪𝗓. I think it's pronounced 𝗓𝗓𝗪𝗓, right?
Yeah,
thieves. Yeah, that's right. That is right, Nina. Thieves. They stole my magnet, and I want it back.
You could where can they mail it to? Or you know what? Hey, if the thieves are listening, just message us at what is it? 843-396-2104.
2104. We will not press charges.
Zach just wants his magnet back.
I just want my magnet back. I worked hard for that magnet.
Yep. It was probably the 𝗚𝗓𝗪𝗓 High School cross country team.
Probably. Thieves. Someone just ordered things.
Oh my gosh, your credit card.
Oh yes, that's right. I saw that, Nina. I saw that. Like, yes, I've had that happen to me before. I remember going to a gas station and using my card and then leaving, and that afternoon there was like somebody was making attempts to buy things for like $10, $30, and then they got really bold and tried to buy something for like $1,500. I was like, nope. And then my company, like my card company, called me and said, "Is this you?" I'm like, "No, it's not." So, Nina, I feel you. That's happened to me more than once. So,
yeah, same.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's wrap this bizarre discussion up. And the last thing is we're going old school with this one, and it's probably one of my favorites because it all goes back to customers and relationships, and that's a thank you note. A good old-fashioned handwritten thank you note. Don't type that junk on the computer. Don't use one of those services that does it for you and sends them out.
How would you do a thank you? How would you do a thank you card on the computer, typing it out?
You type it and then you print it on the card.
Yeah, I guess so. Nobody's got that.
Yeah. My wife just ordered a bunch of Vistaprint thank you cards the other day, and that's why I had.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, which Vistaprint does have some nice thank you cards that you can choose from. But yeah, a nice old-fashioned thank you card. It's a level of personability, especially for now when everything is digital. Everything is in front of a screen and a camera, where we've lost so much of that in the last year. A nice thank you note. It's like you open it up, you're like, wow, somebody actually thought about me enough to sit down and write this. That's why it's still a thing when somebody gives you a gift at like a wedding or like a birthday party or something like that. That's why people still do it. It's a nice nod, and it's a very low budget option. It's the cost of a stamp and a card.
I want to add on to that just a little bit, because I think you can take that thank you card and elevate it to another level.
Going digital?
I heard. No, I'm saying like go and buy, like if you know what the person likes, if they like coffee, if they like whatever, go and buy a $5 gift card, $10 gift card to maybe their favorite coffee shop or their favorite restaurant or whatever it is. Like, I'm telling you, it goes a really long way. That's something that Jason and I have done in the past, and I'll tell you, especially if they've done something for you that you're so just extremely grateful for, it goes a really long way to get. Yeah. I mean, even if it's $5 to like Starbucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really big.
Person didn't have to do that, but then you get it in the mail and you open it up and it's like a present. Like, great. Yeah. This is amazing.
It's one thing to say thank you, especially so like right now I'm thinking of like partnerships that we have where, we get leads from different vendors. It's one thing to say thank you, and it's one thing to pay for a lead from somebody who's like, sending you content. It's another thing to be truly appreciative and then send them a thank you. Like we just did this recently. We have one of our clients is a local vendor who does handmade pastas, and she's partnered with a vineyard. And we had a nice relationship. We wanted to say thank you to one of our clients, and so we sent them a dinner. We sent dinner for their family, and it's a homemade pasta and a bottle of wine. And we've gotten more leads down the road just because of that relationship, because fostering it, because we said thank you and we meant it. And I think that's super important.
People remember it. You know what I mean? Like people are going to remember. They may not remember. They'll remember your thank you card. But if you have a thank you card with just a simple $5 gift card or $10 gift card to someone that they like, or even, I mean, we went higher than obviously just a gift card for that pasta and the bottle of wine, but that's because she had done so much for us. Like there's been so many things that she could have sent it to whoever that's out there, but she chose us specifically, and it pays off. People remember that. Or in Nina's case, buy a MacBook Pro.
Chris just mentioned our generosity again. His 𝗹𝗶𝗸𝗲 bobblehead.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man.
So when we started down the road in our partnership with Winject Studios and Chris Ross, we knew that it was going to be, it had potential. It was going to be big, and we hit it off on the phone talking to Chris. We were like, man, we like this guy. He's cool. We like this mission that he's going after, and we want to be a part of it. And we want to show our appreciation for helping us grow as well. And what did you do, Zach?
Well, it's all about listening, right? So listen to what they're interested in. And we just had a small section of time where we talked about the Braves, and then Chris mentioning that his favorite baseball player is 𝗹𝗏𝗪. And it was a small bit of time that we actually heard him say that. It wasn't like we had like a long conversation about 𝗹𝗏𝗪. And so we got online and found him a bobblehead and sent it his way. So it's those little things, right? It's just sometimes it's those little things that go a very, very long way that to you may feel like it doesn't make sense, or it doesn't, people want to be treated well. Right. And if they feel like they're being taken advantage of, then you've lost that impact. You've lost that reach for that person. So I think that treat the people well, and it gives you such a great reputation that will last forever and ever and ever. So if you're out there and you want to help us grow, just know that we're gonna return the favor, because we appreciate people helping. And
if you like homemade pastas, wines, 𝗹𝗏𝗪𝗏 bobblehead dolls, come to work with us.
We're your guys. But seriously, guys, we do appreciate you guys contacting us. And Nina's got something there. So true, guys. It really does matter how you treat others. It really does. There's just no other way to say it. It's the most valuable thing you can do, besides even just like a referral program. Just having that truth, like how you treat them, goes a really long way. So, all right, guys, we really appreciate you guys sticking around for 3 weeks of us talking about some low budget marketing tips that you can apply to low budget, no budget, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it, for your business, podcast, whatever it is you're trying to advertise. We really appreciate you sticking around for the past 3 weeks going through these with us. So next week, I think we teased it already, but we are going to talk about how to define your target market, define your target audience, and that applies to whether you're a business owner or you're a podcaster. It doesn't matter. We're going to walk you through some ways that you can specifically target who those people are, define who they are, so that you can hit home runs. If you don't know who you're marketing to, you're wasting your time. Truly knowing who you're marketing to will help your marketing dollars go further. Your marketing time, your marketing efforts go further. If you don't know who those people are, stop what you're doing and figure that out. But tune in next week and we'll be able to help you figure that out. Remember to go to winject.com and join, and we'd love to see you guys be a part of this community. That's it from us. We'll see you next week, next Thursday at 2.
Bye, everybody.
This broadcast is brought to you by Winject Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.